You should obtain advice from your doctor or medical professional before participating in any activities offered by Chronically Awesome. Never rely on our content in place of seeking professional medical advice. By using this video, you agree that you are voluntarily using or acting upon our content. You also agree that, save where Chronically Awesome is at fault, your use of or acting upon the content is at your own risk, including, but not limited to, all risk to yourself of harm, injury or illness, and in particular any harm, injury or illness resulting from overexertion or exacerbation of any medical conditions caused by the use of the content. Always remember that, if you experience pain while using or acting upon our content, stop and consult your doctor or medical professional. Always warm up before a class and warm down after. You do not need to complete an entire class. You can always start with a short section and build up to completing a full class over time. Pace yourself and listen to your body. Most of all, have fun. Exercise should be empowering and make you feel good. If it's not fun, try a different style of class until you find something you enjoy.
Child's pose today. So if you don't feel fully warm enough to drop deeply into child's pose, maybe go and grab yourself a cushion. Pause, go and grab yourself a cushion and then come back. If you feel like you can drop all the way down, then go for it. And as you drop into that child's pose, so if you're using a cushion, this is your version. And if you feel like I can go there, you're going to drop your head, rest the forehead. Let your arms drop either side of your body. Let your hips sink down. And as you allow your senses to draw inwards, start to bring your focus to your breath. Feeling that belly expanding on the inhale as it draws into your thighs or into the space between your thighs. Now, as you exhale, see if you can allow the body to drop into the posture just that little bit more, softening the armour of the day, softening the edges. As you feel that breath slowing, just become aware of the inhale not only expanding into the belly and downwards, but also the kidney area, the back of the lower spine. Feel it drawing out. And as you exhale, feel it all draw back. And allow that exhale to slowly seep from you. As the eyes close, if they haven't done already, and you allow yourself to drop, to calm, and most importantly, to arrive within your body. And as you rest in this position, as you draw into your breath, notice any kind of irritations that the mind wants to draw up from you. Notice any kind of niggles and see if you can send a little love there. Send a soft energy there and a choice to let them go rather than allow them to take over the thoughts right now. The breath slowing even more. Two more full, deep, slow breaths. Maybe adding a little sigh to them as you let go of any lasting little bits of tension that have stuck to you from the day. Anything that you don't wish to take into your practice right now. And then slowly on your next inhale, like a plant growing from the earth, gently let the body peel up And really feel it, kind of like roll your chin into your chest. Feel the shoulders staying super heavy. And as you inhale, feel the head come up last. The shoulders rolling back down the body. And at the top of the inhale, feel the head drop back. And as you exhale, rolling all the way back down. Do a couple of these spinal waves. Exhaling, making sure the breath stays till the end of the movement. Inhale, rolling back up. Trying to get as much softness through the spine as you draw through. The heart draws forwards at the top of the inhale, the chest expands, the head draws back. And as you exhale, we roll it all the way back in. You might find your arms start to get a little more involved, that's fine. Just listen to the body. Inhale, roll it up. Unraveling that spine, feel the heart open, head draws back. Top of the inhale, feel it expand. And exhale, rolling all the way back in. This time as you're down, inhale, take those hands forwards. If that bolster or blanket or block is still in the way, gently slide it out of the way. Let those hands slide away from you as far as the shoulders will allow, but keep those hips really drawing back so you feel that whole back body extend. Breathe here. Let the head drop. Maybe rest your forehead. And then as you inhale, come to your fingertips. And as you feel the palms lift up off the earth, feel your breath, feel your heart open. Resist the urge to kind of lift the heart. Feel it expand towards the earth as you feel your shoulders wrap around behind you. Maybe have a peek forwards as you feel this kind of mini back bend going on. Feel the breath, explore where in the body does this feel intense for you. And then like you're kind of pushing those finger pads down, feel yourself draw your hips back, really extending through that space. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Sigh out if it feels good too. And then as you inhale, a little spinal wave as you draw the hands towards you, sliding them on the mat. Feel the heart open as a full inhale. The arms spread as wide as feels good. Let the head draw back. Top of the inhale. And then as you exhale, bring the hands to heart center for prayer. Let the head bow. Take your breath. Feel your breath move through the belly, and maybe here set an intention for your practice or an intention for your day. And then as you inhale, let that prayer raise towards the sky as you feel the energy lift into your fingertips. Maybe follow the kind of thumbs with an imaginary gaze, keeping the eyes closed. Maybe a mini back bend if that feels good too. And as you exhale, let that prayer part. Wrap those arms out to the side, round, kind of scoop it forward. Still keep that heart moving forwards. Place the hands underneath your shoulders. So we come to hands and knees, and as you exhale, arch the spine, tuck your chin in, and feel that back rise. Tuck your tailbone down, really rinsing out. Inhale, coming up onto your fingertips. If that's there for you, feeling that heart draw through, belly drops, head lifts. And as you exhale, walk your hands all the way around to face the knees. If hands and knees is a struggle for you, I've got a little video on the site, so go there and have a look just to make sure that you've got your options there. And then once those hands are pointing either, you might only get them to the side of the mat, and that's fine. Like wherever it feels good for you. Or take those hands all the way around and give your shoulders a little rock. You're just allowing the wrists a little space and time, maybe rolling over the top. About half a circle of an inhale and half a circle as an exhale. So we're moving slowly.
We're resisting that urge to rush. We're drawing into our natural rhythm. Maybe it doesn't feel natural because we're always so much in the go. But believe me, if we look to nature, the rhythm is slow. And we are nature in the end. So this might feel uncomfortably slow to start with. And as I say, that might be your practice. Your practice might not be about the postures or doing the splits or whatever. It might just be slowing the F down and being comfortable with that. And that can take a long time. So get curious with how quickly you want to move through your practice, how quickly you want to breathe, how quickly you move between each posture. Every part of your practice is a sacred prayer to yourself. It's the intention that you set, not only in thought but in body, and it's what you take forwards off the mat. Every millisecond on the mat sets that intention within you, that intention of love, of deep respect. And then as you draw your hips back this next time, tuck your toes under if it feels okay to. Feel your hips draw back to your heels. Try to kind of keep the weight into the heel of the hands and feel the body extend away until you find that push point, that space where you didn't realise there was all of that going on in your forearms. Keep your breath. And then notice what's happening in your shoulders and your neck as that suddenly started to grab. And can you just kind of shift that through, move that through until you feel yourself fully expanding into that space. Breathing into that space. And then as you exhale, slowly draw yourself out, unravel those hands, sit back on your heels. And as you inhale, let those hands rise. Take them out like wings first, lifting towards the sky. Belly lifts, heart lifts. We might give our hands a little circle here and just recognizing that they are still attached. Draw your head back, give yourself a little sway from side to side, feeling into that side body too. And then as you inhale, let the heart lift once more. Draw the prayer together and slowly this time bring your thumbs down towards the back body. Feel your elbows point towards the sky, feel your chest lift, breathe one full breath here. Down into the belly, softening into your roots. And as you exhale, let the hands lift back up. Inhale, the hands spread like you're holding a massive moon or ball of energy above your head. Exhale, the hands drop back into your tabletop, palms down on the floor. Inhale, belly down, crown of the head lifts up, and we feel that heart draw forwards. As you exhale, slowly arch the spine. Feel the chin come towards the chest. Feel that tailbone tuck underneath us. Again, slow movements. And then as you inhale, rooting that right hand down, let that left hand lift. Try to keep the arm as light as possible. Try not to be too rigid with it. As the fingers reach towards the sky and you feel that expanse and also that gentle twist through the body. Play with head placement here. So maybe look down to the bottom of the hand, the bottom hand. Or draw your gaze slowly and look towards that top arm. Maybe let the head fall back if that feels beautifully expansive. Just find that space that feels good for you, that you can breathe into, and that you can feel a little bit of opening being created. Maybe that top arm slithers and the shoulder, you feel it wrapping round behind you a little more. Keeping the breath, noticing if you're grabbing anywhere. Keep spinning the chest around so it's a twist and a heart opener all at once. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, slowly take that arm, that top arm, slide it underneath the bottom arm. Move my scarf out of the way. And then lower down. Now you might not get very low. You might kind of hover, and that's cool. If you do hover, take these fingers and imagine you're kind of like reaching them towards someone you love. So you feel that extension through that gap and you feel yourself drawing through. And then you might be kind of take a little peek over that shoulder. For some of you, you'll be able to take that extension and then lower it towards the earth. So you rest that shoulder down. If you do rest that shoulder down, let your head drop too. So you're kind of secure. And this is going to feel like you're twisting through. Now you might stay here. You might come onto your finger pad and kind of use this as a little pivot to draw that shoulder back and breathe. So we're twisting it out the other way now. You'll notice, keep the breath deep into the belly. But you might also take it a little further. You might lift that bent up, draw it up and expand, or even wrap it round behind you. Take those fingers and slither them in towards that kind of crease between your thigh and your belly. And use it as a little pivot. Notice your breath. You never go any further than your breath. Notice you kind of tensing anywhere. Can you find that little extra space? You feel that breath extending you, slowly dropping you deeper. Maybe you need to have a little wriggle until you find your next layer. 2 more breaths. Slow, deep unraveling. And then gradually unwind yourself. So you take that top arm first. And if it's not on the mat, you gently place it down. And then you're going to walk it forwards towards the front of the mat. So we end up with our right arm kind of extended out in front of you. And then on your next inhale, root into the palm of that right hand. Unravel the left and let that left hand come out and join your right. Move my block out of the way. So you find yourself with your hands as far out in front of you as possible. Draw your hips back until they're in line with your knees. I'm going to just give myself a little shuffle. Now, you can gently lower down. You might find that your head drops and you rest on the top of your head. If this is the case, feel your fingertips reaching away from you at the same time as your shoulder blades sliding back. You might find that you can let your chin drop a little and your chest lower. And for some of you, you might want to go a little deeper or change it slightly. Take hold of the sides of the mat. And really imagine you're kind of like extending the mat away from you, and that can feel totally delicious and just a different feeling through the shoulders. And that can actually be another way of accessing it if you find the traditional way a little too much. Keep the breath deep into the belly. Keep the shoulders moving away from the ears so the neck doesn't feel tight. 2 more breaths. Exploring kind of where you want to expand from, where you're finding that need to escape. Slowing the breath down, consciously slowing that rhythm. Deepening it. And then on your next inhale, we're going to root into our elbows. We're going to slowly draw the chest forwards, bringing the belly down to the floor and let the hips drop. Keep the hands a little wider. You might keep down on your elbows, or you might be able to slide, turning those wrists out. So we lift for what we call a seal, and your chest draws up, crown of the head draws up. Imagine you've got a golden thread on the crown of your head as you draw through it, extending out of the spine, feel your shoulders drop. Notice you kind of like gripping in your neck. Can you give it a little twist one way and then the other? Are your buttocks clenching? Are your thighs clenching? What's going on in the belly? Body scanning, finding the space. That gentle opening, and if it feels too much, you can gently rise and lower, moving slowly with your breath. After you've been here for a few moments, you might find you can creep those hands back a little closer. But don't go so far that your shoulders cause your neck to disappear. You're looking for length, feeling yourself elongate out of it. Keep your breath deep. As we go through the initial resistance, you might find you can go even further. You may not. Listen to your body. Nothing is a failure. Nothing is an expectation. It's all about allowing yourself the time to be felt, to be heard. One more breath. And then as you exhale, let your knees root down. Draw your hips back. Come back to that child's pose, extended child's pose. Just feel that lower back soften. Rest a cheek, rest your forehead, whatever feels good. 2 breaths here. Slowly. And then gradually healing yourself back up, back onto those hands and knees. Allowing yourself to give yourself a little shimmy. And then as you inhale, root that left hand down, let the right arm raise up. And again here with that twist, play with your gaze. So maybe you look at the based hand, maybe you look up towards that top arm, maybe you drop your head back, explore what gives you that space, that breath, that expansion. Notice, is that top arm like rigid? And what happens if you soften the energy and really tune into the subtleness of the tingling sensation of prana that goes all the way to the tips of your fingers. You don't have to kind of armour up, you can soften it and still feel that strength rolling through. 2 more breaths. Feel yourself slowly expanding into that energy. And then as you exhale, slowly unravel. And you're going to take that top hand and slide it underneath. Now again, if the shoulder can't drop, it might be different on this side, but if the shoulder can't drop, imagine you're reaching out to your side with someone you love. Feel that extension. And if that shoulder can drop, keep that extension through. Lower the shoulder down. Let the head release, breathe. And once you feel soft, maybe you come onto your finger pads and roll that top shoulder away from you. Or maybe you let that top hand lift and draw back. Or you can see a little better on this side. Maybe you draw that hand round behind you and you kind of like shimmy it into the space. And you feel that kind of drawing through. Wherever you go, make sure you can breathe. Notice the head and the neck. Really wringing out the spine. Notice you kind of resisting with that top shoulder or that base shoulder. Can you soften into it a little more? What happens there when you do? One more breath. And then as you inhale, gently unravel. Take that top hand, reach it forwards once more. Unravel the bottom hand, draw it out in front of you. Feel that extension. Hips come above your knees, sliding the chest down into your version. You might take the outsides of the mat again and peel it and pull it away as you activate. Breathe into that space. Feel that chest drop. Deep heart and opening to the earth. And then as you inhale, gently root into the elbows. Roll your body forwards, and this time as you roll it forwards, think about it as like a cresting wave. Draw your chin to your chest, arch the spine, feel the back body lift. Feel that rolling all the way forward, super slowly. And then we're not going to stop here. As you inhale, you're going to let the heart drop. You're going to draw the hips back and feel yourself extend backward. And as you exhale, arch the back, roll through. And then as you inhale, draw the hips back, heart drops. You might not even place it to the earth. A little bit of muscular work. Exhale, roll forwards. This time, let the hips drop. Inhale, root into the elbows, let the crown of the head draw up. Maybe the palms of the hands, find that space. Walk the hands a little closer if that's there for you. Keep the fingers turned out a little. Find that chest space different to normal. And then as you exhale, root in to your knees. Draw your hips back. This time slide the hands towards you and inhale, let the crown of the head lift up, let the shoulders draw down, breathe. And just take a moment to feel that space that you've created. Feel your breath move through. Notice what pausing brings up for you. Can you come back to that intention that you set? Come back to that space. And then as you inhale, slowly let yourself rise to a high kneeling position. Now I'm going to turn. If you've not got space either side of you, you might also have to turn. And then gradually we're going to let our right leg angle out to the side. So we feel that right side straighten. We're going to root down into the outside of that right foot, and you're going to feel yourself even up over your hips. Breathe into your belly. And inhale, we're going to lift our left arm up towards the sky, feeling that whole left side extend. And as you exhale, we're going to slide it down. And as you do so, notice kind of where you want to escape. Feel yourself, and then twist the chest, breathe. Inhale, draw yourself back out. Now you might bring that top hand and rest it on your hip, or you might place it to the floor or on a block and let that right arm come across. Exhale, we're going to float from one side to the other. Inhale, draw through, feel it leading from your centre. Exhale, slide it down. Inhale, draw it back through. Exhale, take it out. As you inhale, turn your heart towards the sky on this side. And then as you exhale, place your right hand down to wherever it lands. And slowly, keeping your legs in this position, walk yourself out and come into this kind of like funky half fold and let your head drop down. Feel yourself rooting into the outside of that foot. Feel your heart draw forwards. I love a finger pad posture. You might keep your hands down, whatever feels good. Breathe. And imagine someone drawing your hips back a little bit. And then as you next inhale, walk yourself all the way around until your hands are kind of in line with that right foot. So you feel that backside body and that left side expand, drop your head, breathe. Find that space. One more breath. And then as you inhale, slowly walk yourself back to centre, draw that right leg through, take your left leg out, root into the outside of the left leg, inhale, draw up, lift the hands. Exhale, slide the left hand down, that left leg, feel that right side extend. Inhale, twist the chest. Exhale, take the side stretch. Inhale, draw back through. Exhale, take it either to your hand, to your hip, or to the earth. Take it out the other way. Flow. Inhale, move with your breath. No faster. Keep the breath full to the movement. Exhale, take it out. Inhale, draw it back through. Exhale, take it out. Stay down this side. Inhale, twist your chest, open your heart, feel that expanse. And as you exhale, fold it. Place the hand as far to the right side as you can. And then as you inhale, walk your hands round so you're in line with your hips. And let your head drop in this half kind of forward fold. Breathe here, feel your shoulders soften. Feel that space. I love a finger pad and like a little rock. You can bring your palms down, whatever feels good. And then as you inhale, take yourself all the way around as far to the left as possible. Feel that extension through the left side. Right side expanse, opening, drop your head. Breathe into that back body. Shake it out if it feels like it needs it. Draw the hips back if it feels like it needs it. Whatever feels good for you. Explore it. You might never have been in this position before in your life. So imagine you're on a little mini adventure. And then as you inhale, slowly come back to centre. This time, you're going to bring your hips back and you're going to slide so that sole of the foot sits into the inside of the thigh. Inhale, right arm comes up, and we slide our hand and draw your hand down the inside of that foot. If you can, take a little palm twist and take that side stretch. Breathe into that space. Feel that right hip root down as you may take a little look underneath that right arm. And then slowly, stay low, unravel, fold over that straightened leg. Belly draws down. Sigh it, moan it, whatever your body needs as you drop deeper. 2 more breaths here. And then as you inhale, slowly draw yourself out. Don't quite lift fully. Take that bent leg, take it wide. Bang. Try not to land it as hard as I did. Take a little kind of roll through. Feel your bottom. Feel like your bum kind of push out the back door. Place your hands, whenever you come into a wide leg fold, pop your hands over the top of your hips. And then imagine you're kind of lifting your thumbs as you rotate your pelvis forward. So you really get that deep internal feeling, deep connection there, breathing there. You might drop to your elbows, you might not. You might be up on your hands. You might rest your head on a pillow. Let that belly draw forwards. Slowly, just like when you lifted in that cobra seal position, you might find that gradually as you drop into your breath, you can get a little deeper. You might not. 2 more breaths. And then slowly, theme is slow, roll yourself out. Feel as you lift, feel this kind of come through you. Engage in that feeling of that prana, that life force that you've freed up within your body. Bending that left knee, tuck the sole of the foot into wherever feels good for you. Slide that left arm up on the inhale, that right hand slides down the inside. If it's there for you, take that grip where you twist and turn back on yourself. And as you exhale, take a side over. Breathe here. Eking a little more as you twist a little further underneath, looking towards the sky. Two more breaths. And then as you inhale, stay low, unravel. Look over that straightened leg, feel that slight rearrangement of hip and shoulders. And as you exhale, fold it down. Searching all the time for the next space to release. The next layer to shed. One more breath. And then as you inhale, gently draw yourself up. This time, take the straightened leg, draw it in, soles of the feet together. Give yourself a little hip rock. Give yourself a little butterfly. Maybe there's a release in the lower back. Do a few Sudassana rolls as we take these final little spaces of movement to free up. Again, notice your speed, try not to rush it out. Enjoy it. Take the feet a little further apart. I know sometimes you love to have your heels in, but let's play a little, let's be a bit more curious. A little bit of a bigger diamond. Again, feel that rotation forward, take that chest forwards. A couple of little kind of bounces, and then soften. If you can't,
Get your head into your feet, don't worry if you don't want to, don't worry. Pop a pillow, block. Find your breath into the whole of the back body, into the heart, and into the soul. And whilst you're in this position, bring your focus to the exhale. Feel it lengthen. Feel it slow until it's at least the same length as the inhale, but maybe longer. Maybe in time you can double the length of the exhale, letting it seep from you. As you commit to that rhythm of slow, deep nourishment. As you commit to the rhythm of nature. And then here you might remind yourself of those intentions that you set at the start of the practice. Feel them enter you and inhabit you, ready to take you away from the mat. 2 more breaths here. Deep, slow, expansive. Make them count. Make them feel, become aware of them. And then very slowly, keeping the eyes closed, gently let yourself unravel out of here. Rolling up and bring your knees together. Give yourself a little hug. Keep the breath and take the focus into the heart, into the soul. And before we get up and brush away, have a moment of gratitude, a moment of appreciation, something or someone that you truly are thankful that they are in your life. You're truly thankful that it's happened to you. Let it drop into you and spread into you as that thought and your intention are sown for the rest of the day. And gradually let yourself come out. Take a full breath in before you open your eyes. Sigh the breath out, maybe let the chest open. Then gradually let your eyes open. Thank you for joining me for this practice. Keep your rhythm slow. Notice when you wish to speed up. And I'll see you again soon.